comes straight from my heart. It's not only Mr. Sanjay Bhatia who calls it from his heart, but even I call it from my heart. It's as close as it can be for me in this industry. We met exactly a year ago, like Vasundhara said, and that time we were ready to launch our Mumbai sailings. We were very excited, like yourselves, to essentially say, Mumbai, here we come, cruises come to our ports of the country. And we launched Mumbai Maldives. As expected, it did very, very well in terms of not only foreign tourists coming into the country, but also Indians. Just the excitement to be able to board a ship from a port of Mumbai, of India, was exciting enough. And Mumbai, of course, stretched his hands out to ensure everybody seamlessly got an experience of wanting to come again as a cruiser. As far as the inbound cruiser is concerned, or inbound customer is concerned, he saw it became another horizon in terms of a holiday option, in terms of a holiday experience. He realized that I have now also a cruise as a holiday option available to me. The sheer facility of saying, straight from home when I go out, I can go into a green gate and my holiday experience starts now. I don't have to fly to another country, go through an arduous process of reaching a port to enjoy a cruise. It was just as easy, as seamless, like one Parsi lady said, I just had to take a cab from Badawar Park and in 20 minutes my holiday began. And it can't get as close as though it was a moment of truth for me when she said that. So from a perspective of experiences, I think the Mumbai sailing opened eyes, and it was an eye-opener for us, like for many other people, seeing that India is hungry for this kind of an option. As far as foreigners are concerned, they did their 1 week or 2 weeks land package like they normally do, but they also now added a 1 week cruise as an experience of exploring India through the ports of India, going through Cochin, going through different points which we had on route. Today, the reason we are here is to say the Mumbai sailing, which was there now, is history. That's a given. The Mumbai 7 nights continues to exist. But this year, based on the demand which has come to us from our local customers, we have introduced short sailings as well. So the itinerary which reads Bombay, Mangalore, Cochin, Maldives will allow passengers to do a 4 nights Bombay, Cochin, and also allow passengers to do a 3 nights Cochin, Maldives. Similarly, the return sector of Maldives, Bombay continues to exist as a 7-nighter, but you also could probably do a 3-nighter Maldives to Colombo and a Colombo Bombay via Goa. So you have these options, the shorter options, because while Indians want to cruise, they don't want very long itineraries, they want the short itineraries. So Costa has always believed in giving the customer what he wants, and that's why we've gone ahead and said, let's launch the short sailings this year. For me, the cruising industry almost takes me back to my more than 3 decades of experience in the airline industry. And during those 3 decades, I've seen the airlines grow from basic, being in only 4 metro cities of the country, to going to literally nooks and corners of the country today. Airports which didn't exist in very many parts of the country coming up. The existing airports transforming to world-class levels. I see all that happening in the cruise industry also going forward. In fact, the stage we are in right now, I think, of the cruising industry is the early stages of the airline industry is happening right now. So for me, I'm almost reliving a phase of my career all over again with the cruising industry. And of course, we have trailblazers in this industry, thanks to people like Mr. Sanjay Bhatia and his team, with Gautam they included. Thanks to people in the various ministries. In customs, we have had people, Mr. Rajiv Tandon and his team. We have had CISF, Mr. Himanshu Pandey and his team. All these people have actually made the past experience very seamless for our customers. As far as the customer is concerned, he had preconceived notions. India is not ready, but within whatever we had, I thought we presented ourselves very well. And now, going forward, we'll need more of all this support only because we'll have more passengers doing the shorter itineraries as well. And I'm sure it'll only get better from seeing what I'm seeing happening on the cruise policy front from a national level. I can see a lot of ministries working together, and to a large extent Mr. Sanjay Bhatia takes the lead thanks to Mr. Nitin Gadkari. He actually is pushed everybody to work very hard, and with Mr. Bhatia you don't need to push him to work hard, he just works hard. So therefore you have his team, we have the Ministry of Tourism which is working very closely with us to make sure that things are working well for our tourists. Similarly, the Ministry of Finance, including Customs, which has ensured they've opened up the policies to make it easy for cruising to come into the country. And we have the Home Ministry, Immigration, CISF, all these people working hard towards making cruising a reality for our country. From my perspective, The reason I'm here is to ensure that the 3 and 4 nights is what the market needs. I want all of us to work together to make sure cruising becomes a throbbing industry in this country. In fact, people like Mr. Rao, who works with Aptly Mumbai, has also done his bit to ensure Mumbai is again throbbing with cruise visitors and with cruise facilities. So I think all of us are on the same page in that sense. And I think from my side, I feel very fortunate that I'm not only contributing towards the growth of Costa Cruises in India, but I'm working closely with people who are the decision makers from the government perspective on framing the cruise. They're the people who are framing the cruise policy for this country. I feel flattered that I'm working closely with them, and I'm sure they will truly make cruising a reality for Indians very soon. Thank you for your attention.
Our next speaker is Mr. Sanjay Bhatia, Chairman, Mumbai Port Trust. Before I invite him on stage, I would just like to say that I think everyone associated with cruising can vouch when I say that Mumbai Port has never been the same ever since he took over. Not only does he live and breathe the topic of cruise liners coming into the Indian ports, but he also makes sure his team and everyone associated with it does the same. Now I'd like to invite him on stage to say a few words.
Honorable Tourism Minister and Water Resources Minister. In fact, I must thank you because your presence here adds to the whole thing. This is how it shows to the media and to the public that this whole new business which is coming is fully supported by the state government. Valsa, my dear colleagues, Mr. Wagmare, Mr. Sharma, I can see some of my colleagues here. I think somebody's from Customs, yes, are there. Nalini and friends from the media. Media, I must first tell you that how important you guys are. Last year when home porting started, and I think Genting was the first one which came, that huge ship, the first ship which came, and they wanted to take passengers from Mumbai. And nobody knew that cruising is starting here and all that. And I just told, I don't know whether Manthan is here, from Times of India. I just had a chat with Manthan. He gave a good article in Times of India. You know, the same day, they wanted about 2,000 passengers and they got 1,600 passengers the next day. One article in Times of India. So this is the effect you media guys can have on this business. So your support is absolutely essential. This is an absolutely new thing for the country. We have attempted cruise business in Mumbai in 2004, but then it fell down and did not materialize. So it's a new era for us. I must tell you that China picked up its cruise business from I think 2 lakhs to they've gone to about 35-40 lakhs in a short span of about 7-8 years. In December 2016, Mr. Gadkari asked us to prepare a roadmap for the whole country. In fact, he had the backing of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is also looking at it with great hope. They asked us to engage an international consultant who can prepare a roadmap for the country. So we had invited tenders and we were lucky to get a company called Beramello and Azamil, which are among the best in the world, who have done about 70% of the cruise consultancy in the world. And now they have prepared their report, along with ENY, and there you will be amazed at what the report is showing. With a lot of efforts last year, in Mumbai we got 60,000 passengers, and I think 55 ships came. You know what the potential they are showing? They say your potential of Mumbai is 30 lakhs passengers and 700 ships. So they are saying, they've asked me to reserve 5 berths for this, it will be like Miami. So Mumbai can become like Miami for cruise business. This is the potential they are indicating. In fact, they have indicated the country's potential is 40 lakhs, out of that 30 lakhs is Mumbai's potential. So it's like the USP of Mumbai that we must focus on this cruise tourism and get it done. My officers also in the port were in the beginning a little reluctant because when we started comparing the cruise money which comes from cruise and the money which comes from cargo money appeared to be more. But when we add a few things in that, like we are developing a new terminal, like if you see the airlines business, the money which comes out of the terminal is more than what comes from the flights. So similarly, now my officers are also convinced that we must push this really big. And I must thank Mr. Dingle. He is the one who's taken this initiative, and please convey my thanks to him. He is the CEO of Carnival Group, chairman of the Carnival Group. Actually, there are only 4 big companies in the world. Carnival is one of them, who run the whole world's cruise business. And all the Indians have been going abroad to take the cruises. Now they can take the cruise from here. So he's taken this initiative, he believed in us, and he started this home porting through Nalini. And last year this home porting was very, very successful. Now we want to take it further. All the chairmen of all the other ports are with me. We have an Indian Ports Association where this has been discussed. In fact, they had asked for rationalization of port charges. We set up a committee. In fact, that committee's report has come. We will very, very soon be rationalizing and reducing the port charges also in this. I must also, I don't know whether somebody from immigration is here. Immigration has also taken a lot of initiative. They prepared new SOPs. They are very soon introducing e-landing cards and e-visas for the cruise business. In fact, on 8th, we are having a conference on national cruise tourism, where both the Chief Minister and Mr. Gadkari are coming, Secretary Tourism from Government of India and Secretary Shipping from Government of India. And of course, our main host, Mr. Jayakumar, will be there along with MTDC and Tourism and Civil Aviation. In that, we are projecting what action we are taking for the whole country in the cruise scenario. And there are a number of issues. In fact, the report says that this will happen, this 40 lakhs, the potential can be met only if you take these 30 steps. So they have given a huge list of 30 steps. Ports to do this, immigration to do this, CSF to do this, all that. So we have prepared an action plan on that. In fact, some of those requirements we are going to meet very, very soon. I am trying to have the new SOP ready by 8th, and we can declare it on 8th, along with the port rationalization of charges. So this is the potential for the country, and with 2 things happening in Mumbai. One, this cruise, if we are able to reach this 30 lakhs, and that eastern waterfront opening which Mumbai port is planning. I think the scenario, whole scenario in Mumbai is going to change. Mumbai का नक्शा बदलने वाला है. ये 2 चीजें अगर ठीक तरह से successful हो जाती हैं तो. So it's a great thing, and the maximum initiative in this has been taken by Nalini. So I must thank her. Nalini, you are the one again who is starting it fresh, having the first press conference on cruise. I wish you the best. And last year we had given suggestions that you please have shorter cruises. In fact, Valsa had taken a lot of initiative in that. Indians wanted that. In fact, we have wanted her to do from here to Cochin and back, and here to Goa and back. By the way, the domestic cruise, Mumbai to Goa is starting from end of October. So there is a ship right now in Indira Dock which is preparing for that sort of a cruise. So that is also happening. So this is a great business. There is tremendous potential in the cruise and the tourism business. The maximum benefit and value addition comes to the state where it happens. So I'm sure, and with the initiative which I have been taking and which the minister has been taking, the full benefit of this will be taken by the state, and there will be tremendous cooperation between the Government of India, the cruise tourism liners, and Government of Maharashtra. Thank you very much, and again wishing you the best, Nalini. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bhatia. I would now like to call Ms. Valsa Nair Singh, Principal Secretary, Civil Aviation. She's had a long association with tourism, and in fact she's last year here with us as well, wearing the tourism cap. I would like to call her to say a few words.
Honorable Minister for Tourism, Sri Raghun sir, Honorable Minister Mr. Shivdare sir, Senior colleague Sanjay Bhatia sir, Mr. Wagmare, Mr. Das, and Nalini, of course, and all friends from the press. I have been privileged to have been associated with the growth of tourism, cruise tourism in the last 2 years as a member of the task force constituted by the Ministry of Tourism and Shipping. So, having worked closely with this task force for 2 years, I have seen how over the 2 years we have seen each of these red tapes vanishing one by one. Now, first it was the long wait in the immigration to get out of the ship. Then once you get out, the wait for the cab. The whole lot of procedural formalities which a tourist had to undergo. I have seen in 2 years how just because of the initiative of a group of people from all departments across, this entire scenario has changed now. You have seamless movement of a tourist from the ship to the city and back. And that time factor is so important in tourism because once the ship docks in the morning for a sailing ship and it goes, it's only a few hours they have in the city. And for us to get the maximum revenue, we need to have them spend more time with us. The cab operator, the telephone operator, the shopping, the restaurants, the F&Bs, everybody stands to gain by a single cruise tourist coming in. So by this, the time gain which these SOPs have given us, I'm sure the revenue earnings of the state government is really going to go up. Again, as Nalini said, and Mr. Bhatia has of course been a trailblazer in tourism, because I've also worked with the people before him who were chairman in Port Trust. There's been a sea change in the way Port Trust looks at cruise tourism. Earlier we go to meetings there in the Port Trust and it was like, a stepmotherly attitude, I would say. Now it's become a warm, affectionate, your own mother kind of feeling. So the credit really does go to him. But like I told Nalini many times, the success of this would be in the marketing strategy which you do. Because there are many initiatives which many people do take, but unless you reach the right target audience, you've not be able to, and I would like this to be a big success. I have told you earlier also, one big secret of marketing in India is to have Bollywood with you. Have a movie shot on one of these cruises and you're set for life. You'll have a beeline of people wanting to travel on this. Second is the MICE, having a convention on board. That could be a big game changer also. I now look after the portfolio of civil aviation and excise, and I think there is a tremendous scope for a tie-up with civil aviation and cruise tourism. We are at the threshold of a very big revolution in civil aviation called the Regional Connectivity Scheme, in which about 10 totally unserved airports of Maharashtra are going to have flights to Mumbai. So we are opening the entire hinterland of Maharashtra for the civil aviation industry. We have started a flight from Nanded, and it starts Sholapur, Kolhapur, Jalgaon flights to Mumbai in September. And it's going to be followed by 5 other airports. So there is a tremendous opportunity for linking these with these cruises. If we can talk to the airlines and have a tie-up with Costa. So you fly to Mumbai for the Costa cruise. And I'm sure they'll be very happy to have a partnership and offer discounted rates for the cruise tourists. I'll be very happy to be of any assistance in this from the side of civil aviation. Secondly, from excise, as Bhatia sir told me, there are a few issues, and we would like more people to come on the cruise and more people to bring revenue to us. So whatever brings in that, I am very happy to offer all my assistance to make this into a reality. And also when I look at the cost-wise, it really is not very expensive. It's less than 30,000 the cruise. Now you look at airfares, any place, a family flies, airfare is much more cheaper than airfare because it is an all-inclusive fare, isn't it? It's inclusive of food as well. So I'm sure when you work out the economics, this actually could be a cheaper and a more exciting holiday options for the Indian travelers. One more suggestion I would like to make to Nalini is to have a fam tour of travel journalists as well as a few wedding destination specialists on one of your cruises, because I think that will open up for you to reach a much larger segment of potential cruise travelers. Thank you for inviting me here, and I wish you all the best. Jai Hind.
Thank you, you very much, Ms. Valsa Nair Singh. She's right when she said, you know, a cruise is pretty much an all-inclusive holiday. You have food throughout the day, you have a new view every morning, you have entertainment in the day and in the evening as well, and it's pretty much a floating city. And now, last and definitely not the least, we have a dynamic, honorable tourism minister, Mr. Jay Kumar Raval, who is constantly looking at innovative ways of selling tourism in Maharashtra. Needless to add, he is very excited to have Costa Cruises coming into Mumbai. We would request the honorable minister to say a few words.
Namaskar and good afternoon. We have a beautiful gathering here. I have my colleague, Honorable Minister for Water Resources, Shri Vijay Shivtari ji. The force behind coming to this moment is our Chairman of Mumbai Trust, Mumbai Port Trust, Shri Sanjay Bhatia. She's always dynamic and got new ideas. Our Principal Secretary, Aviation, Mrs. Valsa Nair, MD, MTDC, Sri Vijay Vagmare, Mr. Das, Mukesh Sharma, Mr. Rao, and of course, MD Lotus Destinations, and the host, Mrs. Nandini Gupta, respected dignitaries and friends from media. I mean, it's indeed a very good opportunity. I have done this, I wanted to travel, so I went to Singapore, and from there I took a liner, and I know what it is like to go, to make this dream of visiting a liner or taking a cruise, how difficult it is. And so, a very, very warm welcome to Costa for starting its Costa Neo Classica from Mumbai. We are privileged and proud that Mumbai is going to host this new venture. For this press conference, of course, I've got a small speech. I want to make my points clear. The inaugural sale of Costa Neo Classica from Mumbai to Maldives via Chennai. The opportunity will bring new prospects and motivate to develop the cruise port. Of course, Mr. Bhatia is doing that, but we'll have to expedite that whole initiative of having a 7-star port, which we are always been talking about, which will create opportunities for international cruise liners and improve cruise tourism in India. Cruise tourism has been termed as one of the most potential and sustainable segments. And now with the launch of shorter cruising options from Mumbai, Costa Cruises has confirmed its strong interest in India. Mumbai, of course, is an international city. People around the world know Mumbai, want to visit Mumbai, and this will, of course, be a feather in the cap of Mumbai. Mumbai and is the gateway of Maharashtra. And Maharashtra tourism has always been working hard to let the world know what we have. Of course, Costa Cruises, and a cruise is, of course, a beautiful place. It's a 7-star hotel and all the other features which they'll talk about. But the government of India, under the stewardship of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the government of Maharashtra under the leadership, dynamic leadership of our Chief Minister Narendra Fadnavis, has been trying to look into all the potentials we have. And I'm happy to announce that both the governments find tourism industry as a potential sector of growth. And that's why we have Incredible India and Unlimited Maharashtra. And we all are working for that. There are a lot of initiatives we've been taking. The central government has taken an initiative to form the cruise tourism policy, which will shortly be announced. And as Mr. Bhatia said, there's a huge potential. We've got a 125 crore population and 40 lakh is not even a percent. So there's a lot of scope we have. Of course, the market is going to be the strength of it. And I think tourism department of Maharashtra has also a vital role to play. Because as Costa is the host, we are also the host. This is going to give a new dynamism to our seashores, which we have a 720 coastline, 720 kilometers coastline on the Arabian Sea. And of course, people want to travel to Mumbai, see Mumbai. And now we've got the aviation, which is working good. The airport is one of the finest in the world. Traveling around, we've seen that. At the same time, we've got the shores which are going to work, and we're going to have the best cruise liners with us. Costa is one of the best in the world. And of course, we've got the rail, the Deccan train, and we've got buses, and we've got everything here. So it's such a good bouquet. Mumbai Port Trust has been working very hard. And yesterday while I was traveling, Mr. Bhatia, I was just looking, I just peeped while I was traveling to New Bombay. I looked on the right and I saw all these old buildings are just vanishing. And you can see a new lease of the new port coming up. Of course, we are expecting the 7-star terminal coming up, where there will be a beautiful marina, there will be shopping places, there will be flotels, and so many more things which the world has to offer. We'll get that. Of course, Maharashtra is going to be the hub. And as Mrs. Nair said,